Good morning, everyone. Hello, how are you? Welcome to day 2 of the the cash injection through connection live stream series. I had to catch myself there. It's early in the morning. Let me just make sure. If you're here and you're joining me, say hi and let me make sure this is all in here. Perfect. If you're here, you're joining me, say hi. We are back with another day. Let me just do my usual things real quick, and then we'll hop into the topic for today. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so if you're here and if you're joining me, we're back with day 2 of the cash injection through connection live stream series. We're going to be talking about this all month of August. If you didn't catch my video yesterday, where I'm kind of explaining the layout of how we're going to do everything, go back and you can watch that yesterday's video. But today, I want to talk about a topic that I think is where a lot of people are not really sure how to go about building those connections. And you know me, you know I talk everything about connections. So today's topic, we're going to talk about where real connection always starts and how that leads to consistent cash flow in your business, right? So we're going to dive really deep into that first layer of that connection piece that I mentioned yesterday. And again, if you didn't watch and you weren't able to see me live yesterday, I'm going to let me do that right now. I am going to put the link in the comments right now to where you can sign up to get the weekly recaps and get all the reminder notifications for when I go live. So I just put the link in the comments. So if you want to watch yesterday's video, go ahead and click on that link and then you'll get all the reminders. So let me dive into today's topic. Thankfully today we don't have people making a lot of noise outside, but let's dive into today's topic. So again, today we're going to talk about where real connection always starts and how that leads to consistent cash flow in your business. And I really want to dive deep into that first layer of connection that I mentioned in yesterday's video, which was the core. So I'm going to break down for you exactly what I mean by that. But here's what I want you to take away. If anything you take away from today is I want you to know that this is where connection always starts. We always start at the core. So the thing is, we often think about connection, especially in business, especially when it comes to like marketing. We often think of connection as, something that is outside of us, something that has to do with other people, something that you're building with your network, with, on social media, online, whatever you're doing, you're connecting with others, right? And I would actually argue that while that's important, like that's like fundamentally, a big, huge part of connection, I would actually argue that what's even more important is the internal connection that you have with yourself, right? It is that connection that you are building with yourself. And if you are not connected to your core, and again, I'm going to explain a little bit more about that today and for the rest of this week, because we're going to be diving into that this week. If you're not absolutely clear and you're not 1,000% connected and clear and confident on like your core, connected in that way, you can't build authentic, real connections outside of that, right? So if you don't know and you're not deeply connected to that part of you and you're not clear on that, it's going to be very difficult for you to build long-term, authentic, real connections outside of that with other people, right? So I really want to emphasize this today because I think a lot of people think about connection as just this external thing that we do with others, with other business owners, on social media, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And not often enough do people stop and really think, well, am I connecting to myself here, right? So it's about really, really getting clear on that. And then when we think about the core, and again, I'm going to go into this throughout this week. The first thing that I think we have to always start with is our values, right? Our values, and then our long-term vision for the life we want to create. So this isn't just about business, you guys. This isn't just about like, the values of your business. This is about the life that you want to create, right? When you get really, really clear about that and what kind of life you want to create. So if you're the kind of person that you value travel, or you want to spend X amount of days working or X amount of hours working in your day so that you can be free for X amount of hours with your family. I know that's a huge value for me, right? If you're that kind of person, you want to make sure that you're really clear and you're really connected on that, because when you are, then you can go, when you're clear on what your values are in life, right? Then you can go about building your business around that. So it's not the other way around. It's not where you build your life around your business. It's where you get clear on your values, and then you get really, really clear on what your life goals and your life and your long-term vision for your life is, and your values around that. And then you build your business around that. Because what happens is, and what I've seen so much, is when people start to build their life around their business, right? That is the fastest way to burnout. It is the fastest way to start feeling conflicted, right? Because you're feeling torn between your life and your business, right? It is the fastest way to start building resentment towards your business, because you're not really going to be in the flow. You're not really going to be loving and enjoying your business and enjoying what you're doing. And then when you bring that kind of energy and you show up in that way for your business, then guess what? You won't produce the results, right? And what happens is, when you're not producing those results, so when those results aren't rolling in, you end up feeling even more frustrated, building even more resentment, having even more doubt around your business, right? And so you produce less results. So it's like this cycle that keeps continuing. Does that make sense? Right? Tell me in the comments if that is making sense. Okay. So why I think it's really important to start connecting with your values first is because when you are really, really clear and you first get in touch with your values and you get really connected and clear on that and the vision that you want for your life, then what you want to do is then decide on how you're going to translate that to your business, right? So the problem that most people face though here, you guys, is, and this is kind of where the kicker is that it's really difficult for most people to really understand or even know what their values are. Most people don't really know what their core values are, right? Because everyone is so busy trying to survive in this world, dealing with the stresses of the world, trying to get to ABC and XYZ time frame, and as a result, they get really disconnected from their core values because they're just out trying to make a hustle, trying to do what they got to do in life, right? Trying to go from one day through the next. So unless you really sit down and think about them and really pay attention and be conscious around it and go through that discovery process, not many people actually stop and think about their values, right? So how many of you, when you think about it, how many of you have actually sat down and taken the time to really define and go through the discovery process and really get clear on what your core values are and what's really, really important to you, right? And those people who do, I will say, those business owners and those people who do this are the ones that see the most success in their life, are the ones that see the most success in their business, right? So again, it's not just about getting clear on those values and then just stopping there. As a business owner, right, it's then taking a look at those values and then figuring out, are you living in accordance with those values? And are you building your business around those values? Are you building your business in accordance with those values? So again, let's use an example of someone, again, who loves to travel, who values travel, who that's something that's really important to them. It's high on their value list, independence and travel and freedom, right? If you're building a business that's keeping you tied to your computer all day long, or keeping you locked up in an office where, you're not tapping into that, your business is going to start to feel hard. Your business is going to drain you, and it's going to make you feel conflicted because you're feeling like you're at choice between one or two of your values, right? So when you are not operating in alignment with your values in business, and when you're not connected to those values, right? That's when your business starts to feel hard. That's when self-doubt creeps in. That's when you start questioning your decision making. So it's like, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? You're remaking the same decisions over and over and over again, right? That's when you're constantly looking at what other people are doing and then doubting yourself and your abilities and what you should be doing in your business. That's when you're jumping from thing to thing to thing. When you are not clear on your values, that is sort of the way most people operate, because they're just constantly looking for that next thing to make their business feel easier or more successful or produce more results, right? And here's the thing, you cannot build a successful business from this place. You cannot bring in sales consistently from this place. You cannot build a scalable, successful business from a place where your business is draining you, where it feels like it's hard and you're not getting the results, and you're going through this whole process. Because when your business feels like that, you don't fully show up. It's simple. When your business feels hard and feels draining, you don't want to show up for it. You're less likely to show up for it, right? And when you don't show up fully, you don't get the results, right? At least not the long-term results. You might get sporadic hits here and there, but when you're not stepping into your power and showing up for your business consistently and in a way that feels really clear, really congruent, and really in alignment, you're not going to see those long-term results, right? So the most successful business owners are deeply, deeply connected to their values. They understand what their core values are, and they're deeply connected to it, and they build their businesses in accordance with those values. Because that is how you step into your power. That is how you make those CEO decisions. That is how you lead your team. Talk about leadership. Talk about being building a culture within your company. That is how you do it. You lead your team when you are clear on what your values are and the values of your business, right? And guys, that's how you build a scalable, successful business. So I am so convinced, and I know this is the beginning part of the connection process. This is where the connection needs to start at any and all times. You have got to go back before connecting with others. I mean, I'm not saying don't do that, but I think you really have to get really clear and connected first with your core values, with your big vision for your life, right? And then build your business around that. Because when you're going to make decisions so much faster. You're going to see the results so much quicker, and you're going to feel better about your business in general. And what do we know? We know when something feels better, we're more likely to do it, right? So if your business is flowing and your business feels better, you're more likely to show up for it. And when you're showing up for it, you're more likely to get those results, right? So what I want to leave you here with today, like I said, these are going to be quick, short videos for you guys. So what I want to leave you here with today is I want you to think about, and I want you to write down your top 5 to 10 values, right, that are most important to you. And if you've got to block this into your calendar and make some time to do this, because this is such important work. If you're someone who's struggling in your business, if you're someone who is feeling conflicted around your business and your life, if you're someone who's not getting the results you want in your business, I promise you, taking the time to go back and start here will be a game changer. It will change things for you, right? So I want you to go and block out some time in your calendar. Just, make the mental space so that you can sit down and really, really get connected with your core values. And for now, just start like writing out what your top 5 to 10 may be, right? And then here's the key. I want you to look at and ask yourself, are you building your business in accordance to those values? Do the two align? Are the two connected? Is the way you're running your business, are the strategies that you have in place, are the action items you should be taking, are the things you're doing in the future for your marketing, for your sales and all that good stuff, do those things align with those values, right? And again, guys, I promise you, when you get clear on that and you start taking focused, intentional actions that are in alignment with those values, not only will your business flow and feel really good and really like light you up and exciting and like it's going to be the thing that you fall in love with, but you're also going to create really, really, really big results in your business that way. That is how you get the cash injection. That is how you start magnetizing and attracting more of the kind of clients you want, more of the kind of opportunities you want, more of the, you know, the speaking opportunities or the podcast interviews or whatever the thing is that you're looking for. That is how you get there. Because when you can sit down and you can look at, am I running my business in accordance with my values and my long-term vision for my life? And you can make that your container in which you work your business is going to work for you. I promise. So that's all I have for today. I will be back tomorrow to give you guys more hits on the Cash Injection Through Connection live stream series. Again, I put the link in the comments. If you are watching the replay and you missed yesterday's, or you want to sign up to get like notifications before I go live and you want to get recaps, go ahead and use the link in the comments, sign up, and you'll get all those straight to your inbox. I will see you tomorrow.